What's up, PAWFECT family? D'Angelo from PAWFECT K9 Services here. Just had a conversation with somebody as far as and I'm seeing this, it's a common debate, whether you should do obedience before you do protection training and all that type of stuff. And the reason being, people are saying the obedience puts too much control on the dog, and it takes away from the protection and the power and all of that type of stuff with the protection. It's completely false. With obedience and protection, any dog that comes through, any dog that does training and stuff with us, they're going to do protection. They're going to do obedience first. They're going to do obedience first. They're going to do obedience first. Why? Why are they going to do obedience first? Because with obedience, you get control. You have to learn how to control your dog under, low stimulation per se. When you do protection, you're opening up you're literally turning your dog into a loaded weapon. You're opening up a whole can of worms. We're taking your dog to a point that they've probably never been before. So from a base level, as an owner, as a handler, I'm going to take you out and it's your first time learning how to shoot a gun. I'm going to take you and give you a bazooka. Or am I going to go and give you a little 22 or maybe even a little BB gun or something like that to show you how to shoot first? Think of it that way. Same thing, same principle. We're going to give you control. We're going to teach you how to control your dog and all this type of stuff. The problem isn't necessarily that the obedience pulls away from the protection training. It's how you teach your obedience. So yeah, if you're doing compulsion, and you're not training that dog through its drives and teaching it rewards, it's a push and pull relationship. Of course, it's going to kill drive. It's going to make the dog scared to move, scared to do this, scared to do that. If you walk your dog and you say, hey, you're going to sit on my heel the entire time we walk, you never leave my side, this, that, and the third. Of course, when it comes time to do protection or drive building stuff, and anytime you grab that leash, the dog is going to automatically shut down because, one, your obedience was taught wrong. The way we teach our obedience is we use like release commands. So it's a push and a pull. Yes, you're on the command, you're in the heel, you walk beside me as long as I tell you to walk beside me. But as soon as I feel, now I feel, okay, now it's your turn to go have your fun, whatever. I'm going to give you a release command. So if you see my videos, you hear me say the word susu. Boom, that gives the dog the freedom to go do what they want to do. So if we're on a walk, they can stiff, pee, poop, do all that type of stuff. Training. Obedience, if it's simple, it's black and white, it's fair, they understand it, you won't have any issues. So as long as they understand that, okay, boom, I'm in command, oh, I'm out of command. As long as your corrections and different stuff like that is fair, you won't have any issues whatsoever. Now, the other problem with the argument, and because it's a couple layers to this question, but the other problem, or this statement or debate or whatever, the other problem as far as like protection training and throwing that in and all that type of stuff, and I'm throwing in obedience on top of the protection training and all that type of stuff, is you can't introduce obedience and too much control too fast. So when you introduce it too fast and, oh, you're throwing obedience and stuff on, of course it takes the power out because you're throwing in too many rules too fast. So that's the other problem. That's the other issue that people have with protection training and all of this type of stuff. But all in all, I can go over this for days. I can go deep into detail with it on how to do it and, all of this type of stuff. But moral of the story, the moral of this topic is, yes, you absolutely need to do obedience training before you do protection. If you ever come and do obedience training, protection training with us, you're going to do obedience. Your dog has to know obedience first. You cannot, and we will not load up a loaded weapon without any control on the dog. That is liability. And with protection training, with the risk, we're teaching your dog how to bite and when to bite, and with added control, there's already liability there. We want to minimize risk as much as possible. You have to be a confident owner. You have to be a capable and competent owner in order to get a dog, in order to go through protection training with us. If you're not big on your obedience and stuff like that, We will not do protection training with you. We don't care how much you're paying, whatever you're doing. We will not do it, because guess what? That risk and all that type of stuff, that comes back on you, that comes back on us. Who trained this dog? Oh, PAWFECT Canine Services, so. No. So obedience. You have to do obedience before you do protection training. You need that control. You need to teach your dog what to do, when to do, how to do it. And you need to be able to know how to enforce your dog, how to bring your dog down, how to build your dog up, and all that type of stuff as well too. So it's D'Angelo, PAWFECT Canine Services. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You got any questions, concerns, feel free to reach out. I'm out.